No racist.
Police.
No justice.
No peace.
No killer.
Police.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
Police.
No justice.
No peace.
Defund them.
Police.
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 Disband them. Disband them.
Police.
Disband them.
Police.
Disband them.
Police.
Same story every time. Being black is not a crime. Same story every time.
Being black is not a crime.
Same story every time.
Being black is not a crime.
Same story every time.
Being black is not a crime.
Same story every time.
Being black is not a crime.
Same story every time.
Being black is not a crime.
Black lives. 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 No justice. No Vallejo PD. I said 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 no justice.
Care center, they are having an abuser, a stalker, a deadbeat dad speak for victims. This is another thing that we need to think about. This is another thing we need to think about. It's my understanding that he's going to run for re-election, and if you're in District 5, you need to stand up against this man because he is nothing but a pig apologist and a woman abuser, and we don't need people like that on our council.
I'm in District 5.
I've had a brother murdered by the police. I've also, after that, because he was stuck here after being harassed, he ended up being murdered in the street right down there. My second brother, my last brother, you know. And so how are we supposed to walk into a place of horror with a bunch of murderers to get so-called services? You know, this is the old hate switch. You know, just think back murder to try to make it seem like they were the good guys. In reality, they are the ones that are fueling all of the murders in Vallejo because nobody trusts the police, which means even if it's not a police murdering someone, it's somebody else, and nobody will talk to a murderer about a murder.
That's right. That makes sense. That's right.
Our families need help. You know, our families have been dismantled. You know, we were made with something really strong because majority of the other families ain't still standing here. It's not because they don't want to, it's because they can't. Because they attacked them in every possible way. You know, they murdered their loved ones, attacked them financially, psychologically stalked and abused them, you know, in every way. So, you know, I'm tired.
Traumatizing.
But I don't have the option to just walk away. You know, some people, they come and they stand with us, you know, and it's like, thank you. We appreciate you standing with us. But no, when we were standing up, we had already lost our loved one. And we were standing up for other people because our loved one was already murdered. You know, because that's what you're supposed to do as a human being. See something going on. This city, this police department is, I don't want to say the most corrupt in the United States, at least in present day. And the fact that this stuff can go on blatantly, that an entire city's desires and wishes for where they live can be disregarded by this gang here. How they can come and occupy a building It has not even, to my knowledge, has this building been approved?
No.
So then they're going to use the old bait and switch by saying, oh, it's for victim services to get in the door, right? And then, well, we're already here. They need to be evicting them out of here. Because they are the criminals in this city. And with that being said, we're grateful for everybody who comes out and stands with us. We hope you guys continue to stand with us.
Colonial squatters.
When our loved one was murdered, like I said, you know, you have to deal with the suffering and pain, but you don't get to grieve. You don't get to grieve because you have to step into action. And what that does to you, what it does to your family, you know, they're lucky that their building is even fucking standing. You know, in all honesty, because the things that they have done to us, no human being deserves to be treated like this. Even serial killers on death row get better treatment than we're getting out here, and we're the victims. Our families were murdered, our friends were murdered, our loved ones were murdered. And they have been able to continuously act as if there is nothing wrong with this. We are not the crazy ones.
That's right.
We are not hallucinating. You don't hallucinate bullets through the palms of somebody's hands, through their wrist. You know, you don't hallucinate that their body was missing for 6 weeks. You don't hallucinate that. You know, you don't hallucinate that the police murder your loved one and hold you hostage inside of a house while they change the crime scene. You know, when your family's remains have never even been buried or given to them, and no explanation as to where they went. What that does to you mentally, I can't even put it into words. But every day I have to pray. I have to pray that the horrible things that have been done to my family and the other families out here, that I don't become a monster like these sick motherfuckers.
That's right.
And I don't curse that often, excuse my French for the children listening, but considering what has happened and how we're still standing here, we're standing up for the right thing. We're on the right side.
That's right.
And to know, you know, all these things have occurred, and yet we're still hopeful. We're still prayerful, excuse me. And one of the biggest things that you don't really hear too much about, one of the things I deal with every day is after my loved one was murdered, and we protested and we stood up. We did after every time somebody else was murdered. That is 4 kills. 4 kills. 4 kills.